Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name's Sean and I'm here to talk about the Far Cry 6 trailers that dropped because they dropped a cinematic trailer introducing Giancarlo Esposito as the main villain. I believe his name is Anton Castillo. Anton Castillo. And he is the dictator of this country called Euro, or Euro. It's a fictional country called Euro. I can't remember. I think it's called Euro. And his country is on the brink of, revolution and revolting against him as the presidente of this country. And it looks very spectacular. Now it's a cinematic trailer, so you can't really take but so much from the graphic design. But man, Giancarlo Esposito looks fantastic. Like, I knew Giancarlo Esposito might be fantastic, but just seeing his voiceover and him talk to his son Diego, and he's talking to his son, and his son, by the way, the actor who voices his son is the same actor from Coco who voiced Miguel. So that's pretty fun knowledge if you don't know that or not. The actor who voiced his son is, the same actor from Coco. But interestingly enough, like, this seems like, and the way, that entire trailer is him talking to his son and pretty much just dropping the knowledge about what ruling is really like. And he shows him what ruling a nation, ruling a country, especially a country that has different opinions about your rule and have different opinions about you and maybe call you evil for just trying to protect your people. And he gives him a hand grenade. And he takes the pin out, but he tells him to hold on to the, I always forget what they called it, the lid? No, what is that? What is that? Whatever. Hold on to the one piece that if that flies off, the grenade goes off. And he's basically making a metaphor that being presidente of a country like this, a country where people have so many different opinions and people revolting against you, and it'll just, being president of a country like that is like holding a grenade without the pin in it and just just squeezing tightly to the grenade and not letting go the pin and not letting go the head part and not letting the thing fly off. And that's the metaphor he's laying on his son, because he's like, one day you'll be El Presidente, and I want you to be strong enough to do this. And he does it in Giancarlo, he does it in this he's exactly what I thought he was gonna be. I made a video talking about the announcement that maybe he is playing the villain, and we'll wait and see, but it's pretty much official. But when I made that video, that's why I'm not gonna get too much into Giancarlo Esposito's character in the trailer, because when I made that video, I said it. I was like, he's going to be a totally different villain than the previous Far Cry villains, because he's going to be a more cold, a more calculating. He's completely bought into what he's doing. So in that way, he will be like Joseph Seed in the sense that he truly believes in what he's doing. I thought that gave Joseph Seed in Far Cry 5 a different vibe than Voss and Pagan Mim. Is that Voss was just kind of chaos and Pagan was just kind of chaos, but Seed truly believed what he was doing was right. And I get the feeling that Anton truly believes what he's doing is right. He has that, they're going for that obvious, that ruler who from the outside people see him as a monster, but from his perspective he's doing what's right for you. He's keeping out the outsiders, the Americans who will fuck up our country and who will completely fuck up our country. We're keeping out everybody else. This is our country. This is my country. I rule over it. And apparently, obviously, there've been then there was this cool little cinematic trailer that it was kind of like the credit scene, the credits trailer they posted up, and Giancarlo Esposito had an interview where he was getting more into Anton. And I don't know if this is a spoiler, but he said it, so the game hasn't come out yet, but he kind of goes into detail how Anton was a child slave, and how his father became a dictator in power before he got overruled, and how he wants to be a better ruler than his father, but he doesn't know if he's being a better ruler than his father. So it's clear that Anton is going to have many layers. But so I'm excited for that. I'm excited for a brand new villain. Just listening to him and looking at that trailer made me so excited for this game. No one's even seen any gameplay yet. But the interesting thing is his son Diego. I've seen a couple people mention it before, which is what is gonna be what role will Diego play in this? And is he a prequel to Voss. Most people have kind of come to the conclusion, like, after this trailer that he's not, because of his phone. It kind of makes it seem like he may not be, and you figure Voss would have mentioned something like this. But I get the vibe that like some of the other Far Cries that give you multiple options of the ending, that you will be able to choose, like, what path, what happens to Diego. Does Diego go on to become worse than his father, or does he turn over a different leaf? I think they purposely, like, at the end of the trailer, his father goes, "What will you do?" And he's like, "Do you understand?" "Yes." "Then show me." And they don't actually show what he did. Did he drop the grenade? Did he hold the grenade? Did he just hold the grenade? What does he do? And I got a feeling they did that on purpose, because your actions as whatever character you're playing will sort of dictate what happens to Diego. Of course, I haven't seen anyone mention this. There's an off chance that you are Diego. I don't think so, but it would be cool, wouldn't it? But it'd add an interesting dynamic to it, wouldn't it? It would be a very interesting dynamic if the main villain is the father of the character you're playing as. It would give you a little less flexibility to mess with the races and whatnot and do whatever you want, like in Far Cry 5 when you create a new character. But you know, that was never a big part of the Far Cry franchise anyways, and I couldn't imagine, like, and I couldn't imagine you just making some random white dude in the middle of this, so, like, it might be Diego. That'd be interesting. But no one really knows. All I know is this might be the first Far Cry game to have an actual legit city in it, because it's pretty clear that, like, a lot of the game, because, like, there've been like ideas thrown out there. It's gonna be a lot of, you know, areas that like other Far Cry, you know, jungles and things of that nature, and, you know, things like the other Far Cry games, you know, just wildland. There's gonna be a lot of wildland, a lot of roads, like rocky, like things of that nature. But this Far Cry looks like it's going to actually have a city in the middle of it. Like that city that you see in the trailer. I can only imagine they wouldn't have shown that unless you get to go there. No other Far Cry game really shows something unless you get to go there. And because most of the Far Cry games take place on island, you know, or in like the Himalayas or something like that, like in 4. But this one takes place on this little, you know, this not third world country, but this little country. It's almost like Cuba. I would say the country looks like something like a combination of Cuba and Mexico City, or something along those lines, or some kind of country, some kind of city in Mexico. It looks kind of like a combination of that, and in that way, they do have, like I said, they have a nice city. So I can't wait to see what the game entails. Like, I'm so interested in it. It's the first Far Cry game I've ever seen have the villain's name on the front of it. Well, the actor's name who plays the villain. Like, it says Far Cry 6 starring Giancarlo Esposito. I don't think I've seen that. Like, I don't think they said the Far Cry 3 starring, you know, the actor who played Voss. I think his name like Michael Mann, like, or something like that. Michael Mando. I don't think they said that about the guy, you know, Joseph Seed, like, starring the actor who played Joseph Seed. But this says starring Giancarlo Esposito, which makes sense. Giancarlo Esposito is a fantastic actor. I mean, like I said, he's in Mandalorian, and he played Gus in Breaking Bad. So he's pretty much been a part of 2 of the biggest shows in the last decade. So he's been a villain in 2 of the biggest shows of the last decade. This dude is solid. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see some gameplay. I can't wait to see what kind of character you're going to be. They left a lot up to mystery. I don't think they put out the release date yet either. But it's probably coming out sometime next year. Hopefully mid next year. Hopefully it's not coming out late, because, you know, that'd suck. But man, like, I was just thinking the other day, because I started playing the Far Cry games over again. I started playing 4 over again. I started playing 5 over again. I was just like, you know what, man? I miss Far Cry. Where the hell's Far Cry been? And then I started looking stuff up, and then started hearing rumors, and then I started hearing more rumors, and then then this happens, and I'm like, fuck yeah. This is gonna be so good. Thank you guys for the Comic Game Movie Show. What did you think of the Far Cry 6 trailer? Do you think freaking Giancarlo Esposito is gonna murder this, literally and metaphorically, like I do? Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.